Hey Kandi kids, today we're going to learn how to make one of these Kandi bikinis. So if you want to have it for your IKEA Alien, then that's the size that I'm going to do for, so you can just follow what I'm doing. But you can size up if you want to do it for a person or for a bigger plushie, or you can size down if you want to do a smaller one. But yeah, let's get into the tutorial. So the first thing we're going to do is start with the cups of the bikini. I'm not going to do watermelon pattern, but if you want to do a watermelon pattern, you can follow what I'm doing, but in this order. You will need preferably 2 colours of beads. I'm going to do 2. You can do more or you can just do 1 full colour, but it will help if you have 2. You'll need some stretchy, or probably you could just do non-stretchy string for the cups, but you're going to want stretchy string for the strap. And a needle. Needles definitely help. I love using these. And obviously some scissors or a sharp object to cut the string. Start by cutting off about a wingspan of string. I like to do it just because we're probably not going to use it all. We most likely are not going to use it all unless you're doing a big size. But it's always better to have more and to not need it than to have less and to need it and tie on extra string, and that can get a bit bulky and not look as good. So about a wingspan of string. We're going to get our string like this and fold it in half so we have 2 ends poking out like this. Get 2 of colour A. We're going to do A and B. 2 of colour A, 1 on one end, 1 on the other. Then pinch them together and add 1 bead through both. We're going to add another on one end and 1 on the other. Pinch both the strings, put 1 through, and then we're going to add 1 on one end and 1 on the other. Pull it all the way down, and then you should have, if I'm right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. So we're going to work up that way, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. Once you've got that, you want to pull it all the way down, super tight, and then tie it off. I think for this one I'm going to tie it 3 times. So 1, 2, and 3. Get one end of your string and attach your needle. You don't have to use a needle, but I definitely prefer it. Attach your needle and then go down through this bead here, like so. Then get colour A, place it down, skipping this bead and going through the next point bead or sticky outy bead, like that, and pull tight. Then get another A bead and go through like that. We're now going to get 1 more A, and we're going to go through this bead, so back through there, like so. Another A, and through the sticky out bead, like that. Then we're going to go down through this one. There are other ways where you can go through and hide the string, but right now for this tutorial I'm going to do it so you can see the string. But you can go all the way through and do it so you can't see the string coming out. But we're just going to do this for this tutorial because really it doesn't matter and it is a lot quicker. Get an A colour bead and go through here. So then it should look like that. And we're going to get 1 final A bead and go like that. So there's half of the bikini, And now we're going to take off this needle and attach it to the other side and then work on this side. So I've just attached the needle. We're going to go through this bead, basically just repeating what we did. Add a bead through the point, another bead through that bead, up through this point, bead through this one, and then again this is where the string goes down through here. Add a bead through there. Make sure you're pulling tight each time. This side is exactly the same as the side before, and then add the final bead up through this point, like so. Pull both ends tight. I've taken my needle off now, but you thread through these 3 beads, go up through these 3 beads. It would have probably been easier with a needle, but just showing what can do like without it. Up through these beads, so the string is going through the point. Make sure pull it tight up through the point, like the top point, if that makes sense, and do the same with the other side. Okay, when you've got them through, get both ends, tie it off, but you're not going to cut the string, okay? You're not going to cut that excess, because then we can use this extra string for the strap of the bikini. For the other cup, you're not going to need this much string. I'd say half wingspan probably enough. It will be more than enough, but yeah, so that's the first cup. The second side is exactly the same, so go rewatch that first bit on how to make this, or if you know how to do it now, you can just go ahead and get on with that. So I'm gonna go make that, and then I'll see you in 5 seconds. Now that you have 2 little bikini cups, we're gonna work on the strap around the neck. For the strap around the neck, for my IKEA Alien, I've used 23 to 24 beads for the strap, but obviously it depends on what you're making the bikini for. But if you're doing it for an IKEA Alien, I recommend 23, 24, 25, depending on how tight you want it to be. For the strap, you're going to add 1 bead of colour A through both strings, like that, to make the sort of triangle bikini shape. And then you're going to add, so that's 1, you're going to add colour B, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all through both like that until you get to your desired amount. I'm going to do 24 beads. It should look like this. It looks pretty funny, but you're gonna get your second cup and thread both of these 2 strings through these top 2 beads. If you can see that. Thread the string through those beads and pull them down. So 1 through that bead, and then 1 through this bead, like so, and pull it tight. Make sure you don't get tangled up because there are a lot of long bits of string, like so. It should look like that. And then you can get the 2 bits of string, meet them in the middle. I recommend doing this like at the back of the bikini, so then when it's on the alien you don't see it. And tie it 3 to 4 times, I would say, just to make sure it doesn't come undone. And then you can cut off the excess string like that. So there is the strap, and we're going to now do the strap that goes around the back. Actually, before we do that, we need to connect these two. This is pretty easy to do. Just get a scrap bit of string, doesn't have to be long. You're going to go up through this bead like that, and down through this bead. So it should like look like that, like a little N or a U, depending on which way you've done it. And then you're going to take this string and go up through the bead, through the opposite bead, get this string, go up through the bead, and then you're going to pull it tight like that. Then you're just going to get the two ends and tie it together. Pretty easy. There are also other ways that you can do this, but I find this way the best for me. So just like that, just tie it and then cut the excess. If you don't want the knot to be showing, which I recommend, you can pull the bottom and pull the knot through the bead. So there we have it. Now let's get on to the final section, the back. So for the back, we're going to use around 25 to 26 of the colour B and a sort of medium length string, but we need to fold it in half. So fold it in half and thread it through this bead on the end, like that, and pull it all the way so it's like that. Then you're going to add 25 to 26 or however many around your plush or whatever you're doing it for is. So I'm going to add 26 for my alien. Now that you have all the beads on your string, make sure that they're pulled all the way down to the end. And then you're going to get both pieces of string and put one end through this bead, like that, and pull it. And then the other end through the bead again. And pull it tight. Then to tie it off, you just take both ends and tie it 3 to 4 times. And then cut the extra. Then what you can do is get this knot and just hide it in the bead. It's easier to hide if you have done less knots, but there you go. There is your Kandi bikini for your IKEA Alien, or if you've done it in a bigger size, for you or your bigger plush. So cute. Let's see what it looks like on him. Here's what it looks like on my alien. Super cute. It matches his little blue ears as well. But yeah, Gleep Glorp, my IKEA Alien, definitely recommends, gives that a 10 out of 10. I hope you guys found this tutorial helpful. Make sure to like, subscribe and share to your other Kandi creator friends. I hope you guys have an amazing day and I really hope this tutorial helped you. Bye Kandi kids!